Chicago public school students in predominantly Latino communities are being disproportionately impacted by pollution emitted from industrial sites across the city. That's the research from researchers at the University of Illinois, Chicago, who created a new interactive map highlighting those sources of pollution near schools and homes, along with a three-part study. Joining us to discuss findings from the map and the impact of pollution on communities of color are Jose Acosta Cordova, environmental planning and research organizer for the Little Village Environmental Justice Organization, and Michael CAILAS, associate professor of environmental and occupational sciences at the University of Illinois at Chicago. Thanks to the two of you, for joining us. Michael CAILAS, let's start with you, please. Tell us a little bit about what your team found and why you researched the areas you did. Michael, I think your Zoom is on mute.
We're invited by a community group to start this work almost 2 years ago, and as soon as we started, we found out that there's a very high density of polluting sources in the southwest side of the city. Just to bring up an example, out of the 8 rail yards that Chicago has within the city limits, 6 of them are in the southwest side, okay? So that immediately strikes as something really significant in terms of a polluting source, because rail yards are a major polluting source, as everybody knows. Noise as well, traffic, all those nice things associated with rail hubs. So that's how we started, and what we found as well is amazingly, in that part of the town, polluting sources are very close to schools. And that's how we decided to measure the burden on the community, not in terms of an abstract, let's say, population center, but in terms of how far away the polluting sources are from the schools. And in the first 2 dashboards that we presented, that's what we've done. And we presented basically the burden on the community via the schools as an indicator.
And Jose, what's your reaction to UIC's findings here?
I mean, it's not surprising for us. This is something that we've known for many decades now, right? El Vejo was actually formed around a fight for cleaning up our schools in Little Village. And we have several schools that are either located within the industrial corridor or that are surrounded by toxic industries. So for us, it's not surprising to see the results. I think what's more surprising is the lack of consideration by city and health officials, in particular CDPH and our local elected officials who've allowed our schools to be polluted and our young people to be exposed to pollution from a very young age.
Michael CAILAS, back to you. What kind of pollution are we talking about here?
Well, the major polluting sources, if we consider the rail yards, are particulate matter, which is, fine particles that, are transmitted in the air. The other sources, which, and I think there's a misunderstanding here, the other sources are basically emissions from industry that's categorized as a toxic release inventory reporting industry. It's a federal program. All the major polluters in the nation have to report their emissions there. So what we found is that these polluters, because of the industrial corridors that were mentioned before, are very close to schools. Some of them are just half a mile away. Now, permit-wise and threshold-wise, they're okay. The problem is not the individual, facilities. The problem is the, big number of facilities surrounding those schools. And that's what we are trying to bring to the attention of the of your audience and other people. And
so you're saying it's a
thanks to-
concentration then of multiple, sort of a concentration of multiple polluters within
Correct.
such proximity to these schools.
Correct.
Jose, what are some of the conditions that led us here? How did we get so many polluters around schools? How did schools get to be around those industries and those industrial sites?
Yeah, I mean, it's important to look back in history, right? And many of these industrial areas on the south and southwest sides of the city have been industrial for a very long time. Some of them more than 100 years, right? So it was actually because of these industrial areas were located where they were, that residential areas, the neighborhoods actually grew around them, right? And over time, particularly over the last 60 years or so, as these communities they transitioned from being majority white ethnic to majority Latino or majority Black, that the concentration of the facilities became worse, and this is when you start to see environmental racism come into play, right? As the communities became more Black and brown, you also saw further concentration of toxic facilities in these areas, particularly when you look at transportation, distribution, logistics, like Dr. CAILAS mentioned that these areas have a lot of TDL facilities, a lot of warehouses, and the rail yards, right? These intermodal ports that attract a lot of truck traffic. So this is a historical phenomenon, and it's
Jose,
getting worse.
I just want to jump in because we're almost out of time. But what would you like to see done about this problem?
We would like to see a response by our city leaders, right? We would like to see more regulations, more protections for our young people in the community. Many of these industries don't actually report what their emissions are like, what their pollution is actually like. So it's often hard to tell, right? And it's really great that researchers are doing this type of or producing this type of work, but it's also an indication of the lack of information and data that's out there, and that's stuff that our city should be collecting and should be able to be producing in order to protect not only our young people but everybody in these communities.
And of course, the map also, it's interactive, so residents can use the map, input their address, and find out information for themselves. That's where we'll have to leave it. Jose Acosta Cordova and Michael CAILAS, thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.